What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan, and I am your nootropics and biohacking information wizard. Thanks so much for being with me. Check us out on the web, livecortex.com. Livecortex.com/blog is a giant blog for nootropics information. Like us on Facebook, please. We need a lot of likes over there. We put content there that sometimes we don't put on the channel here, so there's cool stuff coming out. Facebook.com/Cortex stacks. Like us there. 3 powerful products that are nootropic products support this broadcast. Here they are.
Elite level nootropic
Right, number
products.
one, we've got a nootropic stack. It's called Cortex. And basically the bottom line is that I tried to create a strong stack. I mean, the chief complaint among people, like at the time and even now, with pre-made stacks is they're not strong enough. They just don't do it for people. You know, they need to take double the dose, or it's just not like a strong racetam or something otherwise that they figured out that's strong. We changed that with Cortex. That was the intention. And now, so many folks, so much positive feedback from the Cortex stack. Like, I can focus now, I have motivation, my verbal fluency's on point. You know, everything about my functionality is like super awesome. And it's like, it makes me happy because we delivered a good product to folks. That's what it's all about. You can't be an entrepreneur and create a good product, create a product and not have it be good. Like, it's just gotta be awesome. My standards are super high from the military. We created a great product. Buy Cortex at livecortex.com, livecortex.com, for it's being called the only pre-made stack that actually works. If you need my help personally on anything related to nootropics, we have a consulting service. Get that at livecortex.com. It's a 40-minute call with me. And if you're new to nootropics, you got to buy Smarter, Better, Faster. That's our book on nootropics. Teaches you everything, gives you my favorite stacks, and you have to read it at least 5 times. It's digital, so you can like download it right away and start reading it on your iPhone or wherever. It's super awesome. Okay, so I want to just, what we're really about here is just giving helpful information about nootropics. But what I see often enough in consulting folks, we're like consulting people on nootropics every day, 3 or 4 times a day, sometimes more, all around the world. And the one thing that I see is, of course, folks that are within the 6-month to 1 year time frame of taking nootropics, so they're kind of new. And people hoping that nootropics can be kind of like coffee or kind of just like some other daily supplement that they take for one thing, and that they can take that same supplement like every day and it's just going to produce the same result. And the truth with nootropics is that it's obviously not like that, because nootropics make such hardcore changes, like acutely, to neurotransmitters, that the brain is basically going to want to build a tolerance and going to want to go back to normal like really, really soon when you start taking nootropics, even after like 2 weeks of taking oxiracetam and CDP choline together in regular doses. So what one has to do then is you kind of have to trick the brain into not building a tolerance, because you are offering it not the same compounds consistently, but a bunch different compounds. So ideally, I'm going to run through a schedule of kind of like what my nootropics intake is like to illustrate this point. Ideally, you should be doing something like this. Here's my schedule. The beginning of the month, right? Let's just say September 1st. Monday. Say it's a Monday. It's a Monday. Monday, I'll take a gram of oxiracetam and 100 milligrams of alpha GPC. That'll be my stack. If I need to take it twice, like I need productivity later on in the day, then I'll take that later on the day. Tuesday, if I need to take nootropics again for productivity, which normally I do and need to, it won't be the same oxiracetam stack. It'll be a different stack the next day. So Tuesday it might be adrafinil, 350 milligrams of adrafinil, cranked up for 10 hours. I get a lot of work done, that's that. Wednesday, it's not gonna be adrafinil or oxiracetam. See where I'm going with this? Wednesday is gonna be like 500 milligrams of Alcar, and like 150 milligrams of theacrine. Super stimulatory, super energizing stack. That's Wednesday. Then Thursday, it'll be a different stack. You know, Thursday it'll be like 300 milligrams ALA, 15 milligrams of vinpocetine, and maybe 5 milligrams of yohimbine. That'll turn up mental energy and clear my brain of fog and get me kind of in a place where I wanna get work done. And then Friday would be maybe a different racetam than I took on Monday. You know, Friday might just be like 15 milligrams sublingual coliracetam with 500 milligrams of choline bitartrate, then I go to town and that's it. And then typically I cycle the weekends off. You know, I don't take nootropics on the weekends, and sometimes I take like 2-3 days. I might not even, the next Monday I might not even take nootropics, who knows. But that's my basic schedule. But the important thing to note, illustrating the point I want to get across without saying it, just looking at my schedule, and I'm just saying like, do this, is that the following Monday, when it's time for me to, get back to nootropics, I actually won't do the same thing that I did the week before. Monday, instead of doing oxiracetam, CDP choline, or alpha GPC, I'll do phenylpiracetam and choline bitartrate. Tuesday, I'll do tyrosine, selenium, and iodine as sort of thyroid supporting nootropic stack. Wednesday, it'll be like triacetyluridine and aniracetam. Thursday, it'll be piracetam, choline bitartrate. Friday, we can maybe do one of the aphanyls again. You see what I'm saying? And then the next week, on Monday, guess what it's going to be? Something different. It might be 10 milligrams faciracetam, 5 milligrams coliracetam, a choline source like choline bitartrate, and 100 milligrams theacrine. Then Tuesday it'll be different. Then on and on and on and on and on. And that really is the best way to take nootropics. And the reason I say this is because I got off a consulting call earlier today with somebody who was just puzzled that their oxiracetam stack that they found that worked really well for them didn't consistently work well for them. They're like, I'm building a tolerance to it. It's not really working the way that it did when I started. And this is why. Ideally, you want to have 20 to 30 compounds that you can take over the course of a month. You want to vary the compounds as much as you can. You don't want to get in a routine of taking some of the same stuff every day. We have a pre-made stack, and I don't even suggest taking Cortex every day. Take Cortex 2-3 days a week, and then take some other stuff another couple days, and then the next week take some other stuff. You'll make Cortex last 2-3 times more as long by doing that. That's the real way to take nootropics. And I wasn't always like this. Okay, and the reason I'm like this now is because for the first, 6 years of taking nootropics, I was the opposite. I tried to stubbornly believe I can just take certain compounds consistently without cycling and just take 4 or 5 major go-tos over the course of a month. And what happened? Tolerance and side effects, right? The two things we're trying to avoid. And in some cases, brain fog, which is terrible. You don't want that with nootropics, okay? So I learned after year 6, okay, now I got to start varying it up. And that's where a lot of our, I don't want to say cautionary, but strategic nootropics administration content comes from learning that. It's I finally got it. And now I can take all kind of nootropics. I have a robust set of stuff that I can take, and it's super awesome because there's a lot of variation, and I always have good brain performance, and I know what things stack well together. Okay, so if you need help personally on any of this stuff, we've got a consulting service. Get that at livecortex.com. It's a 40-minute call with me. Try our stack. Cortex is awesome, and the eyes of our users, folks just love it. You could buy a bottle of Cortex right now for $28 if you use the coupon code 5, F-I-V-E, spelled out. Just get some Cortex. The link is in the description below, or just go to livecortex.com. And if you're new to nootropics, again, you got to read Smarter, Better, Faster, and you got to read it at least 5 times. But one time will give you a good sufficient understanding of nootropics and how to take them, my favorite stacks. But ideally, you should kind of read it a lot to imprint, particularly this kind of information, into your brain. Digital and downloadable. Smarter, Better, Faster is, and it's awesome. We got some other products we'll explain here in a second. Thanks so much for watching. Talk to you next time. What's up, everybody? Ryan Michael Balla here. Hey, thanks for watching the video. Look, we've got, as it stands, 5 primary products that I want to just explain to you. You heard us mention them during the video, so I'm going to break them down. Number 1, from left to right, the Cortex Nootropic Stack. This is a cognitive enhancement stack that you really want to take to turn the lights on. Just to give you an idea, hardcore business folks that require 18 to 20 hours of brain function, take the Cortex stack. That's what we initially designed it for, but then everybody in the nootropic sphere loved it. Verbal fluency, speed of processing, motivation, drive to want to work. That's what the Cortex stack does. Moving right along, the aniracetam guide there, that is called the Beginner's Guide to Aniracetam, breaks down 25 powerful aniracetam stacks, shows you how to use aniracetam. It's essentially the everything guide to aniracetam. Long demanded, folks asked us for it. We delivered. It is fully digital, lots of powerful stacks. And then there's the nootropic stack for the business professional. That's basically 100, right around 100 powerful uridine, modafinil, theacrine, aniracetam, oxiracetam, phenylpiracetam, alcar stacks for business situations, for the type of brain states that business folks need for sustained performance. Next is the racetam God Guide. That is a high-level every racetam guide, digital guide. We've got all the major racetams with accompanying focus stacks and memory stacks and speed of processing stacks. In that racetam. There's 8 major nootropic racetams, and that guide explains all of them and accompanying stacks. Then there's the NuPep Pro Stack List. The NuPep Pro Stack List is a digital guide that explains oral, so just taking it by mouth, sublingual, taking it under the tongue, and then intranasal, spraying NuPep nasal spray in your nose, stacks. It's just a bunch of stacks, a giant stack list of NuPep stacks that are highly effective, pro-level,
specific brain state inducing type of new pep stacks. That thing has been a hit out there with the market. And then last, there's Smarter, Better, Faster. Smarter, Better, Faster is the all-around, everything nootropics digital guide. If you just want to learn everything, many racetams, modafinil, etc., get Smarter, Better, Faster. It's like the guide you need to know if you're new to nootropics to learn basically everything and to walk away knowing what you need to know on nootropics. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for watching. Get this stuff at livecortex.com and rock on.